What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode 18 of the Manchester United career mode. Now, just to get through the career mode as quick as we can and get to a transfer window where we can start buying players. In fact, this episode is recorded right after episode 17. So if you have left any comments on episode 17 and I've not responded to them in this, that is exactly why. So they will hopefully be covered in maybe episode 19. So the next episode after this, hopefully I will try and cover anything that you have said. But for now, we're going to try and get through maybe about 4 games this episode. So let's quickly get onto it and get cracking into the career mode. So as we can see, Leicester versus Burnley is going to be the wrap-up game of the week. And as we can see, it's a boring 0-0 result. As we can see, Sunderland managed to beat Liverpool. That's a pretty interesting result right there. Yeah, it's good to see Liverpool losing matches. So yes, fingers crossed that carries on. It's a midweek game in the Cup and it's Tottenham versus West Ham. I'm going to go for a Tottenham 3-1 win over West Ham. Oh, it was a 3-0. I nearly got it. Honestly, that was a pretty good guess, that, if I'm being honest. As we can see, Tottenham have beaten West Ham in the English League Cup final, at Old Trafford. So, in fact, they were playing at our ground, I think, if I'm correct. That's what that means. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But yeah, well done to Tottenham. Our next match up here is in fact against Crystal Palace, a team that we can definitely get points against in the Cup. Chelsea and Man City are against one another in the Cup. There's some pretty interesting teams still in there, such as Fulham and Crawley and York and Accrington. Some smaller teams that could potentially cause an upset. So without any further ado, let's get into this team. As we can see, their best player at Crystal Palace is in fact Yohan Cabaye. 9 goals, 8 assists in 25 games. Not too bad there. Steve Mandanda, Christian Benteke and Scott Dann are their best players. But I think we can still beat him. We can still beat him, guys. Now, there was one final comment that I didn't manage to cover. Last episode, we covered two formations that you guys had left, and they didn't work out for us, so I'm not going to try them again. I did try them, I listened to everything you said, and honestly, guys, they were against easy opponents, Leicester and Hull, and we managed to only pull a draw and a defeat last episode. So the last comment that we're going to be covering is this one here from Berat, and he's just saying, great video, huge transfer by buying Morata on episode 14 or 15, I think it was. So thank you very much for your support there. And he's saying I would use the 4-3-3-B formation. He's talking about using Morata, Martial and Mata in the attacking kind of line of the team. Then in our midfield using Thiago, Schneiderlin and Pogba. So without any further ado, let's get into this team. So as we can see, this team we're going to go for, we did the exact team that he's asked us to line up with. I actually pushed up Pogba to go for a more attacking role because I believe Pogba is a very, very good kind of attacking player. Don't know if you agreed with this, but this is the team that he asked us to line up with. We've got Martial, Mata and Morata on the top. The 3 M's, the MMM connection. Hopefully this MMM connection works out really well for us. And as we can see, we've got a pretty strong defence in here, bringing Blind back into the team. Apparently a lot of you guys aren't commenting Blind, so I don't know whether you guys like Blind. Personally, I am a fan of him, but apparently people commenting aren't really mentioning him in their teams, but we'll see how he gets on this game. Come on, let's get the win in the Cup against Crystal Palace. So the match is just about to kick off and it is underway. In fact, it's already an attack for, is that Man United? It looks like it's going to be a penalty for Manchester United. It has been awarded to us. Pogba is stepping up to the point. Fingers crossed he can carry on what Mata was doing so well for us, banging in goals. Can he do it? He's banged it in and it is a Pogba penalty scored. It's fantastic stuff. We're 1-0 up already in the Cup. Thank you very much, Paul Pogba. The next highlight coming from the game, Schneiderlin is moving up the pitch, passed it on to Morata. It's looking very jumpy right now. I don't know why the computer is jumping at that. As we can see, we have come into half time. We've done a pretty good performance so far. Pogba managing to get the 10 out of 10 rating, the man of the match so far. We may keep the team how it is, potentially bring on Rooney or Ibrahimovic. We'll see how the team gets on. And as we can see, it looks like it's going to be an attack from Manchester United. Thiago, I believe, was heading the ball. For some reason, it looks really, really laggy on this computer. I don't know if that's something that you guys are picking up on, but Seems very laggy for me. So as you can see, we're in the 80th minute. We only have a few more minutes to go. What we're going to go ahead and do is bring on 3 players. Those 3 players are going to be Carrick, Mkhitaryan and Zlatan Ibrahimovic for Morata, Martial and Schneiderlin. As we can see, the subs are coming onto the pitch now. The team's not doing too bad. We've managed to pull a 1-0 victory in the cup. We probably could have done better, but we'll see how we crack on even further. We've pulled a fairly easy opponent in Fulham, if I'm being honest, but to be honest, overall, it looks like Tottenham have got the easiest result against. As we can see, the first day of games is coming out. It's Saturday at 3 o'clock. Let's see what match results come out of this. So Chelsea managed to win their match. Arsenal pull another draw. They're becoming Draw FC because that's all they seem to be getting these days. And the same goes for Tottenham, their rivals, Arsenal's rivals that is. They only managed to pull a draw against Southampton as well. So for us near the top of the table, those are pretty good results. City against Leicester and Liverpool against Everton, the big Merseyside derby on the Sunday afternoon today. And as we can see, fingers crossed Leicester win this and fingers crossed Everton. So come on, fingers crossed for some good results here. And in fact, it's the worst results. Man City and Liverpool both win the matches. Our matchup now is against Sunderland. A perfect opportunity to get up near the top of the table, get a few more points under our belt. Let's see who they have. Jermaine Defoe, a player that I absolutely rate in real life. Honestly, I think he's a fantastic player. A 90 rated player in this game, that's not bad at all. But he has only scored 2 goals and got 4 assists, so that's not the best. They have some other good players, but they are sitting in 12th at the moment. They're very beatable. As you can see guys, we're going to keep a very similar team to what we just ran with. We're going to go with the 4-3-3-B formation because we are yet to lose or draw with this. So we're not doing too bad in this formation so far. We've made a few more substitutions and changeabouts. We're putting Zlatan Ibrahimovic up top, big man up top. We've got Mkhitaryan and Mata, 2 players that I think work really well on the wings together. We brought in Herrera for Thiago and pretty much the same after that apart from Shaw, sorry. I forgot we brought in Shaw. So it looks like it is going to be an attack for Sunderland and it's a Smalling going in with a crashing, bashing tackle apparently. Looks like he's just took out half the team with that tackle. He has only got a yellow card so it's not too bad though. Looks like it's going to be a Mkhitaryan throw-in onto, apparently Januzaj managed to pass on the ball then. I thought he was playing for us for a minute, but no, he is in fact out on loan at Sunderland. So as we can see so far, we've not got anything really big happening. At half time, I think what we're going to go ahead and do is bring on Sirises for Smalling. The last thing we want him to do is get another yellow and pull a red card, so we're going to bring him off. And let's see if we can play Morata up top, see how Morata does in the striker position. Guys, I don't know what it is, but for some reason we're not managing to get anything coming from this. Looks like Chris Smalling managed to get the man of the match because of his dirty tackle apparently. That was the only interesting thing that happened this game. Look, nothing interesting at all happened apart from the fact that we kind of outweighed them overall, but still we didn't manage to get a goal. Honestly, thank you very much for your formation suggestions. I think I'm going to try out a few of mine now, see what we can do for the next game, and fingers crossed we can kind of pull a win. As we can see, Manager of the Month has been announced again, and it goes to Slaven Bilic, a fantastic manager at West Ham. In real life, he's not doing too well. But let's have a look at the best team so far. So David De Gea has managed to get into there, Juan Mata has managed to get into there, and that is all. It's a bit of a downgrade because last episode, Team of the Month, I think we had 5 players in, so to only have 2 players in, it's not the best. Player of the Month goes to David De Gea again. David De Gea, I think, won that 3 or 2 months in a row now, so fantastic news for him. Young Player of the Month goes to Paul Pogba, another Manchester United player. And our next matchup is against Watford. So as we can see, some big results out today. Fingers crossed we can get a good result against Watford. Some of their players that they do have out there, let's just have a look quickly. Yeah, so Pereira, Gomez, their goalkeeper, isn't bad rated, but we are at home, guys. We should be getting the good results here. So as we can see, this is the formation we are going to go for against Watford. We've brought on 2 strikers, something that we haven't played with for a few games now, which is 2 strikers. Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Morata. Now that is a scary strike force right there. We've also got Mkhitaryan and Mata, the 2 M's, out on the wing, pushing up forward. Then we've got Pogba and Carrick playing the holding midfield and kind of like ball playing midfield positions. Then we've got a very, very strong defence. Shaw, Cereces, Smalling and Darmian, as well as the big man, the player we love, David De Gea in net. So very, very bad news has just hit us, guys. Luke Shaw has just been injured in the match. Luckily, we do have the replacement in Marcos Rojo, but we don't know how long Luke Shaw is going to be injured. That is really, really bad news. Fingers crossed he's alright. Fingers crossed it's only a short-term injury, but let's carry on. So as we can see, it looks like Manchester United pushing up right after that. And Mkhitaryan, the guy that was kind of looking like an outcast, not played a few matches, manages to get a goal. Mata again with a cross, and it's another goal. Morata, the goals come out in flying colours. All it took was Luke Shaw to get injured and the team to be motivated. Morata bringing in the ball through to, is that Zlatan Ibrahimovic? Oh, but Gomez saves it. It looks like it's going to be an attack on the other side of the pitch. All the things are happening right now. This game's been boring up to now, but bam, we are finally at half time already. But yeah, guys, that came out of nowhere. It literally took Luke Shaw to get injured for the team to get motivated and push on for their teammate Luke Shaw. The only substitution we're going to do at half time is bringing on Thiago for Pogba, because as we can see, he's having a pretty decent game. He's got an 8 rating so far, but he has dropped in fitness to 92% fitness. So yeah, he's looking quite unfit at the moment. Same goes for Mkhitaryan, so we might sub him off in a minute as well. So Mkhitaryan's looking tired, so what we're going to do is bring on the big man himself, Wayne Rooney, to fingers crossed just pull out the game. He's only got 12 minutes left of the game, so fingers crossed he can just play out the game and give us the win. Coming up to the 90th minute now, it looks like nothing's going to happen, and that is in fact what happened. Absolutely nothing. Zlatan managed to get the assist, Morata and Mkhitaryan getting the goals, but as we can see, Alvaro Morata, our brand new signing, managing to get the man of the match. It's a crying shame against Luke Shaw. Fingers crossed it's not a big injury. We're going to check that out now. As we can see, other big results are Tottenham winning 4-1 against Crystal Palace, Chelsea dominating Middlesbrough 5-1. Other big results are Arsenal 3-0 against Liverpool, and scanning down, Man City only managing to pull a draw against Southampton. So quickly just having a look at this, as we can see Luke Shaw, this is the first I've seen of this, he's out for 1 day. He's literally out for 1 day. Wow. Guys, I thought this was going to be a huge injury, but apparently all he's got is a bruised foot. All that hype, I was so scared that he was going to be injured for centuries upon centuries, but it turns out he's just got a little bit of a bruised foot, something that happens, well, if you drop, I don't know, a cup on your foot or something. I don't know why I said a cup, but yeah, Luke Shaw's injured with a bruised foot for a day. Get well soon. But guys, as we can see, that is where we finish up this episode. Believe it or not, we're still sitting in 4th. Somehow we're still sitting at 4th at the moment. We can't dare drop points at the moment though, because Arsenal are creeping up just behind us. If we win a match and Chelsea or Tottenham only manage a draw or lose, then we will shoot up potentially to 2nd or 3rd. But for the time being, this has been episode 18 of the Manchester United Career Mode. Thank you very much for watching, and see you again soon. Very, very soon, hopefully.